We are mucus-free. 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 We are mucus-free.
Greetings, brothers and sisters. Welcome one and all to this very important discussion. Today, we're going to be talking about loneliness on this path, on this mucus-free path, and the number one way that you can overcome loneliness and depression while practicing the mucus diet healing system. We're going to talk about that today, but everybody give a warm welcome to the immortal Brother Air.
Peace, love, and pork breath.
You say, would you pork breath? That's what was going on the other night. That was what was going on with all the blowing. Let's blow things up because I'm constipated. I don't feel good. In my stomach, man. I just want to light something on fire and make it explode. That'll make me feel better. And that was what was going on the other night in the United States of pus and mucus.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's the same old death culture ritual.
Yeah.
Over and over again, and stimulated by pus, and it's almost like they like the stench of the pus more than they like the pus.
Oh, they love it. Yeah. I mean, it's just
it's like they sniff the air and feel like
it's a whole experience, you know.
Gunpowder and flush.
Yeah, gunpowder and dead animals roasting in the open fire.
That's the combination of
that's what
life.
That's what it's all about there.
Good life.
The good life.
So we're here. We're getting ready for Earth Day on the 31st of July, 1st of August, that weekend. And we are, what I'm really concerned, and what I want is, people are coming from all over, but the folks right up under our noses, man, don't show up.
Yeah.
We need to work on them tonight, man. If they're listening, I'm in Cincinnati, Spirits in Columbus. If you're anywhere close, the Dayton area, the Cleveland, Youngstown,
Toledo,
Akron, all those, over in Indiana, Indianapolis, man, y'all need to be checking out something that could really change your life. Even if you don't know anything about what we're talking about, is the mucusless diet healing system. Everybody could stand with getting a little bit more healthier and bringing health into their life if they have, everybody says it to themselves, like, I got to do this. I got to stop eating this. I got to stop drinking this. Or, I need to exercise more. I need to, it's always this plan, but, they're so inundated with with all the holidays catching them. They can't never, well, I'll do it after the 4th. Okay, now it's after the 4th. Now, what you gonna do? You done had your barbecue and your dead stuff. So now it's time. This would be a perfect gathering to go and meet some serious practitioners
Hmm.
and some some lecturers who are top notch. Uh, you can't go nowhere and find no higher level of lecturers
Yeah.
in the world. Nowhere. I mean, as far as on this subject of physiology.
Right.
And
Right.
so, you need to come on up. I would love to see people from Cincinnati come, man. Dayton, Middletown, just come on, man. It's only, an hour and a half drive, you know, and you
Yeah,
know,
I'm still pulling for all the folks in Europe. Come on. I know
well, yeah, but
Australia. I
I
mean, we're
kind of,
probably more likely to have the European folks jump
yeah,
on the
well, they'll
plane to come
come,
over
they'll
here.
find a way,
Yeah, that's
they'll
that.
do some espionage stuff to get out of the country, man, to come, uh, so
But yeah, but this is definitely the way because I hear that all the time. The social dynamic. I don't know if it still is, but I used to say that was the number one reason that I saw that people were unsuccessful with practicing the diet. And people that fervently wanted to, that had all the best intentions, but they couldn't get past the social barriers and the
right.
uh,
So,
you know and the mental dynamics that go along with that. And that's the thing that's hard. It's hard to teach because that's like this individual thing where I can't tell people to do what I did
it's
because
hard. It's
you
hard
know
because I always say it, we're self-motivated individuals,
yeah.
and everybody's not, you know.
But this is that for, but some of us self-motivated individuals got together and we put together this event and are trying to put together these opportunities where folks that need that plug-in, that need that companionship, break mucus-free bread companion, the word that literally means bread fellows or breaking bread together. um that you can do that, with like-minded people that's on this path practicing the diet.
Right.
And so to me, this is like a no-brainer. You just boom, it's like, all right, what I got to do? Get the plane ticket, get the hotel. And like I've been saying, because the money of travel and everything, that's kind of the thing that holds some people back. And I'm saying, like, look, with the motivation that you get from being at the event, the information that you get on how to save money with produce. I mean, we talk about that. We get into just how to save millions of dollars of medical expenses.
Oh man, tell me about it.
You pay for that. You pay
Well,
for the event.
health
And
health is wealth.
yeah,
You can't even put a price on that. You can't even put a number on that.
no,
You can't
you
put a
know,
number on
so
it, and so it should be something that they should just be falling down. Um, and but at the same time, few tickets left, so when
jump
it's
on.
sold
You're
out,
right. Jump.
don't be complaining. Well, I was trying to come, and it was well. That's what the deal is, man. It's like, come on, man. You get online and get little T-shirts and order all kind of stuff because you have a credit card or a debit, and you just go crazy with it and order all kinds of stuff. Now order up a ticket, man, and come to something that's gonna benefit you and your family. Especially younger people that haven't started families yet. We got the blueprint of how to get started with a sane family.
Right.
How to start a sane family. You see? We got the blueprint. All the folks will be there that you need to talk to. Who's done it? Who's done had children at home? Who's done who my son is with 26 and he's never been to the doctor. mean,
Yeah.
so
Wow.
I mean, it's like, um, uh, yeah. I mean, that whole kind of thing is like we just want everybody to do better, because if everybody's doing better, it's easy. It's easier for us to live in the society if everybody is 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 rational and sane.
Yeah.
That's the problem, man. It's like, man, the loneliness and the boredom. We talked about that in the meetup the other night. They were
Yeah.
talking about boredom, and Q
Which
had
I could never, yeah, which I can never relate to boredom, but I mean, but
well,
people,
I
yeah,
mean, I understood because it can be mistaken for loneliness.
mm,
Boredom can lead to just doing some real, like, I'm just bored. Like, okay, what, like, it's just like you sitting around wondering what to do. I mean, I never have those moments where I'm just sitting around wondering, okay, what can I do?
right.
I
It's
I will take that time to be with myself. I don't have to
yeah,
wonder about it. You know what I mean? I
yeah.
treasure the solitude,
Oh yeah.
treasure it.
Well,
And
and when you're plugged into your and doing what you're supposed to be doing on this planet, I was trying not to say, connected with your higher purpose, or I'll start sounding like Oprah or something. But
say all those words we talk about,
yeah,
divine, and
yeah. But there, we'll take that back, because that's a real thing. Like I don't have a moment. Like I have to take time to chill out because I don't have a moment of my life that doesn't have something that I'm supposed to be doing during that moment.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I have to make time for myself and
yeah.
say, okay, I'm chilling now. Like let me go off in the woods by myself, chill. I'm shutting it down for a minute. I have to, it's like the opposite of what these folks are talking about, like bored.
I mean, you
Busy to be
try,
bored.
yeah, you try that. Well, in my case, in your case too, but and you relate to what I'm talking about. Even if you try to sit there and get into yourself, here comes a phone call, here comes a
Oh
text,
yeah. It's
here-
like something's always
somebody
trying to
hitting you
come to
up.
take
Boy,
you out of that mode.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
like, something's up. What's up? This is going on. Hey, can you come over here? Hey, can you do this?
yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
we want to do this. Hey, and then boom, you off to the races, and so, um, yeah,
yeah.
it is. I mean, Q did this piece. I think Carlos had brought boredom up, and Q said, "Hold on," and he went and got this painting that he had done of boredom. I don't know what exactly
Mm,
it said, but something boredom,
mm,
and just what we were talking about. And so it was just interesting that he had done a a a, a visual painting with that on it. Like, what would motivate you to do that?
mm.
I mean, what are you thinking about? What's going on? So, there's a lot of people, and that's what's so beautiful about what's happening now in the mucus-free community is people are plugging in with each other. People have made trips out of the country to see each other, and so, some like-minded people that you can hook up with, uh being in the same city. It's funny because some people are in cities and they always ask, like, hey, you know anybody in this city, man, that's practicing? And then we have to look up or think about, oh, so and so's over there, and so it it works out like that. It's becoming more and more prevalent to find somebody now. 10 years ago, 20, I mean, it was just hard. it was hard to find somebody across town if you were in San Francisco, you know, and you were looking for somebody who's practicing the Mucus diet, it'd be just you get no callbacks, you know.
Right.
But now it's like, you know, people are and there was a lot of undercover people when I was practicing or still practicing. There was a lot of undercover people that had been into it even longer than myself that just
Hmm.
was kind of nervous about letting people know they were into this. And I never had that attitude about like, well, I need to stay undercover or I might, because I was always talking about trying to get it out. And you know how I talk about it, man.
Hmm.
I meet anybody, man, and can talk for 2 hours just to a stranger about practicing the Mucus diet.
Right. Right.
And that's what the street performing was about. It was about, you know, I got you now. So now I got you. I'm gonna bring up, hey, you ever heard of the Mucus diet? You know, and no, you know, so uh marketing. I mean, that was our way of marketing, man,
Hmm.
bringing them to us with the music and then dropping the physiology piece on them. So that worked. Then the internet came, and you know, it's an easier way, but it can be real sticky sometimes with with those folks who are haters.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, can be
Yeah.
real hatish. You know, with
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
you have to deal with every now and then that just want to hate just for the hate. Like, you know,
Right.
got to get my hating in today. Who will I hate? What about him?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. That's welcome. Welcome to Puss and Mucus land.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, you know,
Comes with.
and we're here. You know, we're here, and uh, we're doing our physiology thing. We're on our ritual. We don't let up on that. That's the one thing that you can know between myself and spirit. That this is what we live. This is how we live. This is how we perceive the world. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, this is how, everything is kind of perceived through a mucus and pus free world. That's
Yeah.
that's the way we look at it in terms of righteousness, in terms of putting things back together, in terms of putting things right. We have that kind of mindset of, wonder if it wasn't mucus and pus, what would it be like? You know, what
Yeah.
would it be like?
Yeah.
So, or what was it like?
Yeah.
That's a better way to frame it. What was it like?
Right.
Because we're not inventing the wheel or anything. We know it was righteous. It was a paradise. It was a beautiful thing, you know.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to get a little bit of that, get a little bit of that back, man. We gotta, cause boy, we went so far down the wrong, man. It's like digging out of this hole is just almost impossible to think about. But we're taking on the task to say, I always think about if the founding fathers, and they wasn't really my fathers or your fathers, but those folks who from Europe who came to the Isles of Jamaica and all the Caribbeans and the shores of what we call America, if they could create a blueprint to build this, because this is what came out of their consciousness.
Right.
They set out to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. They planned, like, this whole thing was planned out.
The whole thing was planned out.
Yep.
So why can't we do it?
Mm-hmm.
You did.
Yeah.
Help put the United States in the dustbins of history, like ancient Rome, ancient Greece.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference between America and Sodom and Gomorrah?
America's worse. By far.
Oh man, that's
Yep.
cold. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, because they did. I mean, there's just so much opportunity to be filthy and degenerate today that they didn't have back then, you know. So he just on global scales, you know, because
Yeah,
it's a whole different level now.
yeah, yeah.
And you know, and like we say, we trying to grab the grab a few people and go. We building our ark, you know. We
Yeah,
grab a few
yeah.
people up, and we gonna be we stepping out of the way. We taking aside, like I ain't trying to fight this thing head on. We getting out of the way. Let the thing
Yeah.
fall down into the pit of darkness, and then we gonna build our own
Right.
reality.
It has to be that way. I mean,
Yeah.
this is a sad commentary on a lifestyle that we have to rework for ourselves. It's like we were willing participants in the deaf culture, but we woke up and found out exactly what it was. It had no kind of future for us. So okay, now but the key thing too about those who are practitioners is that, and this is the beautiful thing about the individual, is that they know that they don't know. Myself and yourself and all of it.
Mhm.
We know that we don't know. So that's why we strive to know. But the majority of the masses don't know that they don't know.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's it's just the classic story is told over and over again. Plato's, you know, the cave, the Matrix, whatever analogy or storyline, but it's the same story that's just that you have the opportunity to live it now. That's the only difference. Instead of it being entertainment, watching this movie or something like, oh, the Matrix, wow, that's really deep. It's like you get to live that. And I
Uh,
guarantee you it's deeper than you would
oh
ever
yeah,
imagine.
oh yeah. Hollywood don't got nothing on real reality.
No.
You know, I just asked for a chance to have that kind of uh, the resources to make a movie. I would love to have the resources and the chance to do that.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
love, boy. I got an epic for you.
Mm-hmm.
I got something for you, Jack. You know, all the effects and let's look at, I got a picture in my mind of a person turning into an animal.
Mm-hmm.
from eating some mucus, not even pus. The
Yeah.
start, the start of the animal chain. I
Right.
don't know why it's hard for people not to put that together. That the animals are people. They got nervous systems. They live just like us. They die. They have mothers and fathers. I mean, how else are you going to explain it? Something happened. That was, well, what happened? Well, it just didn't uh, uh, these deities, these gods, these Jesus, these say boom, like how the bewitched used to do this, the blinker, blinker, blink, and everything changes. For some reason, we think things happen like that, and we should be able to explain everything. And I'm not saying that I can't explain everything, but I'm saying that everything can be explained. There's no mysteries. There's no mysteries to nothing.
Yeah.
Especially the filth. There's no mysteries to filth and
Yeah. This is.
ignorance. There's no mysteries to filth and ignorance.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's true. Rodan says 4 years and proudly working the mucus's diet. My brother's maintaining and having healthy fun, and I appreciate the 1999 donation on here. The super chat is what that's called, and on YouTube. I appreciate that, Rodan.
That's called super chat.
There's a thing called super chat. Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's like kind of a donation supporting the program and the channel opportunity, and it shows up when you donate to it. It shows up on the chat.
Oh, okay.
And
Thank you, brother.
yeah, I brought up the you talking about I always enjoyed these images out of the Bag of Agito where they had the guy this turning into an animal about to kill another animal, sort of showing
Yeah,
each cycle, and one indulges in meat eating anyway, it is to be understood that he is acting in ignorance and is making his future very dark, and all that kind of stuff. I just like that. It was pretty good because this is a new one. I haven't seen that one before. But but that's just for us. It's just one plus one equals two, kind of like, oh yeah, there you go. It makes sense because you look at the embryo. Does a human develop into? Does it go human and then dog stage? Or does it go dog stage human? Like, is human the end of, in terms of all the animals that we know of on the planet, is human the end? I don't know anything else that goes beyond the human in terms of, I know things that are prior to the human that
exactly. That's what I'm
is
saying. I think
inhibited,
I
that's
think
stopped in its tracks.
I think human is the last kind of cage, you know, that. Uh, but I think the human has the capacity to. The universe always gives the human the capacity to turn it around. That's what the birthing system is about. Because if you were perfect and dealing with perfection, you wouldn't have to birth yourself. That's how birthing started, was from imperfection.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always a chance, and I've said this before, it's always when you have children, that's your shot. of developing a genius, of putting this thing back together again.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's not this family tree that we're happy about. Oh, look at my son, look at my daughter. It's just so great, you know. No, it's the universe is giving you a chance to put it together, put it back together again. This is a chance. This is, you know.
Yeah. And look at that. Like, is it? Do you not think we're related to the fish and the
Uh,
tortoise and the chicken? Look, yeah,
man, tell me
examine.
about
Let's
it.
examine the evidence here. And do you have the right equipment? You can look at this yourself. If you went and got a bunch of embryos and studied them, pig. I mean, there's a resemblance here to the human embryo that's uncanny.
It's not uncanny. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. It's not. It shouldn't be uncanny. We can see. We can see at one stage they all look alike.
Well, yeah, and I'm saying it's uncanny that this will eat that and will eat all of this. Like what makes this so special over here? I just eat all of these.
Yeah, well,
you know, it's like, but you look just like them. You're a no, you know, or would you rather be a pig? You know, you can eat your way right back down here. Don't think you're special. If you eat bad enough, you can go right on back down, right here.
Well, what do you think? What do you think death is? Where do you think you go? I mean, we think we go to some paradise or whatever, and believe me, you're not gonna get rewarded. You're not gonna get rewarded,
right?
For being filthy and
terrible here, right?
Believe me, you're not. You're gonna back down that scale, probably. You know. Well, you know, who knows, but it's not good. It's not good. So I don't want to act like I know, because that's one of those questions you just can't answer to. But I'm just saying, mathematically, it doesn't make sense to treat yourself like a trash receptacle and be rewarded.
Right.
It just don't make sense.
Yeah, we have plenty of work to do, but this is the kind of study that can help you put into perspective how degenerate we are, how filthy we are. Now, I don't want to make people feel bad, but I probably kind of, because we need that harsh. Sometimes we just need to have the harsh reality.
Yeah, we want to make people feel a little guilty.
We want people to wake up.
Yeah, if they have
take action.
If they have information that could help elevate, you know, I mean, it's like, come on, let's put it together. Let's make some things work. Let's make some change.
Yeah.
You know, let's don't just sit on it like we're just so brilliant intellects. We're just sitting on all this knowledge, but it never does anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know it. Yeah, I know it. Yeah, well, what good is it? You know, if it's not a reality that we can build on, man. You know, let's build it. You know, and you gotta get rid of that fear. Stop being afraid. Damn. You know, what you got to be afraid of? You should be afraid of your existence. That should scare you every day. You wake up like, damn. Like, man, look at how I'm living. Boy, this ain't nothing. The light birthday candles over. You know. So,
celebrate good times. You know, that's where people we want to be at. Let's stay in that mode.
Yeah. Where's that video at that we made? Remember that one? Celebrate. Remember
No,
that?
that was a different song where we was what were we saying?
What was that?
Yeah, it was.
I thought that was that.
No, I think it was like a Casey and the Sunshine thing or something. It was like it.
Oh,
You
okay.
said something that triggered that
Yeah,
song,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
you
remember.
know. But yeah, but at the end of the day, the simplicity.
They
It's all
clean
about
that ass.
clean that ass. That's what it's about right there.
That's 2021.
2021, clean yourself up. Because I brought this image up because this is always important to keep in mind. And this is good for those of you when you're having a bad day and you're like, oh man, or you're thinking of eating some bad stuff. I just don't forget how bad things are in the world. And it's not supposed to be like that. There's not supposed to be murder. There's not supposed to be rape and kidnapping. And it's not normal. It's not normal. They put that stuff on news every day as it like people get murdered every day. They talk about it on the news like it's just a routine.
Well, that's
What
that's
a
that's that's to
what a
create that
tragedy.
docile. That's to create that docile feeling, but where
Yeah.
you're just numb to it.
Yeah.
You know.
You're numb and scared, you know.
Yes,
And
yes,
so
yes.
you're either numb to it and it's good when it is like as long as it's far if it's far enough away from me,
Right.
it's in my city, but I don't live that close to where it's at. So I'm scared of it, but I'm not going to go down there. But at the same time, it's a weird cocktail. But I wanted to do some case studies. So these are all violent criminals or violent crimes or people allegedly. Then not that we want to judge a book by its cover, but I don't think these guys are fruit and vegetable eaters at all. And whatever they are alleged to have done,
fruit and green leafy plants.
yeah,
I don't think that they're exclusively consuming
no,
that. Yeah.
yeah.
Think
I
so,
don't think Devontae.
yeah.
I don't think he did his lemon enema that day.
No, yeah.
You
I don't
know,
think. I think he missed that one.
he missed that one.
And
I'm pretty sure Hector is
I,
he's
I don't think Hector owns a juicer.
no. Yeah. I don't think he's got the juicer.
Got the champion.
Yeah.
Unless he done ripped it off and get ready to try to sell it to me.
Yeah, and I don't think Evelyn has a Kalima board.
Yeah, man.
This is all folks. Just looking at a compilation of murderers, and the one thing that they all have in common is they're all puss eaters.
And they say they all innocent.
Well, yeah, I mean, you gotta. That's yeah.
Yeah, but that's
innocent puss eater.
That's what the message I'm taking tomorrow. I got to go up and hang out with Pastor Damon Lynch, and it's the city. What do you call it? A city conversation, because the young men are shooting up each other on the weekend, so they're gonna do this for the thousandth time. Have a town hall discussion that goes nowhere, and it's just people can have their Martin Luther King moment, and stand up and sound good. So I'm gonna go and talk about this, exactly what we're discussing about. We have to think differently about what is stimulating and motivating these people to kill, and how to change it. They say you can't be talking about your oppressor when you live just like him.
Mm-hmm.
So how many times were these guys sitting across the table from you at a different table out at Outbacks when you were there.
Yeah.
Same lifestyle, same. They go to these places and eat the pus and the mucus and socialize and just caught them on a bad day.
Yeah. Yep. Let's
Some
see.
of them go to church. Some of them go to the mosque. Some of them, they show up, So, they just caught them on a bad day. That stimulant was just a little bit, So.
Yeah. Let's see. Alfine says, would love to see some live streams dedicated to people in humanity walking the cleaner practitioner path. Too much energy given to pussed out people.
Yeah, well,
that'd be, but that's what we do, because most people don't watch that. if we come with a feel good story about like, oh, or I come on here, brother Ayers, he's doing his fast, or I mean, we've tried that, and people don't watch that. People want to, and or the people that we need to get to in terms of, because part of my mission was to continue to wake people up outside of, outside of our, like, now we got a little bubble now, we got this little mucus-free bubble. And so I always have to I have to work hard. I have to make an effort to continue to push outside of that, because it can get comfortable. You can get kind of comfortable in the bubble, not dealing with, because my thing is I don't deal with, like, in my world and in my reality, and I talk about that, like that, to create create a situation where you're not dealing with pus eaters, you're not dealing with mucus eaters, you're not like that. Those are the exceptions for me in my life. The way I set my thing up, I'm like the norm. I'm talking to at least vegans and mostly mucusless diet practitioners, just
right.
And so that's the kind of thing where I'm not surrounded by that. Like, I've reconstructed my entire reality, but to me, it's important to continue to shed light on that, because we're the only ones that can. No one else talks about this. And so many people want to find answers. They want to know, how do we get rid of the murderers? How do we get rid of the rapists? And I'm saying our answer is the only answer. Yeah. There's nothing else. And there will never, ever be another answer besides the one that we're giving here tonight. Or for people that care about that, for people that care about ridding the world of murderers and rapists and all of that. And so that's why we got to talk about it. Yeah. Because that's one of the things that it kind of got on my nerves with some of the folks in some of the raw foods communities, and it was almost like they would create this false positive where they were trying to always be real feel good, and they would have all these little, talking about all this, oh, it's so beautiful and it's great, and it's just love, and then we're doing it, and it's like all the time, like, and they're ignoring, like, they're to the point where they can't even relate to what's going on right across the street. And when people, like, I still got that, I mean, as long as you out here, because like I said, I'm always for the people that are willing to renounce society, the renunciants. But they will never see this, because the real people that renounce society will never see this, because they're not on the internet. They don't communicate with people in society. They're where they're at. They're gone. And I got all the respect for that. I love that. I wouldn't mind doing that myself, but that's not my path. But while we're here, you know, we got to be real about how
it might be our path at one point, but right now it's not. But you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so much work to do out here because it's. I mean, because there's not supposed to be any murder. It's not supposed to be. I mean, people are used to it.
None.
Every day. It's not supposed to be any.
None.
None.
None. No rapes.
No.
No. People should not be treating other people cruel. In no way.
Right.
That behavior is unacceptable. It's just unacceptable. Tricking people. Trying to con people. Lying.
Yeah.
Unacceptable. But we have accepted it as you can lie all day, well, nothing happened to you. Other than maybe some karma that nobody recognizes, you know, in your world. But, you know, I mean, it's just like we done let so many bad traits go undealt with. You can just be a liar. You can be a egomaniac. You can be all of that. Nothing's gonna happen to you. That's just him. That's just the way he acts. That's just the way she acts. You know. So I mean, you know, what we have to do is we're on here. We're talking to people that may have not seen us before, do our videos and not talking. We're talking about we practice the mucusless diet healing system, and we have an event coming up in Columbus on the 31st and the 1st of August called Arnold Eric Day, where we put together a program of vital information about how to start that kind of change to this new life culture. You know, if even if you don't know anything about it, but you feel like it's something for you, and you need to know something about it. So come and check us out, man, and socialize. I mean, everybody is so gracious with everybody, man, and it's no violence going on. It's no alcohol drinking going on. Even at the little after hookup parties and stuff, there's no violence, there's no alcohol, there's no dope, and rooms full of dope or anything. There's nobody living no behind closed door life.
Yeah.
You dig? What you see is what you get. You dig? So
yeah. And I'm a feature. So we have so one of the highlights that people enjoy at the Eric Day celebration is the food. We have food for everybody, no matter where you are on your transition. If you're fasting, or if you're eating nothing but fruit, if you're being totally mucus free, if you're mucus lean, like we got something for you. And if you've been in the Facebook group, Michael Fathauer has been getting busy. Been saying he's gonna be doing the food prep, the chef for the culinary mucus-free culinary artist for the Eric Day celebration. And
so when did they decide on the mucus lean stuff? What did they?
That's a secret. We're not talking about the details. Is that's a secret. People gotta.
Okay.
But this is just some and I really appreciate Michael doing this because I've never been one to share a whole like if you follow me on Instagram every once in a while, you see me sharing some of my juices or something, but I just never been in that type of mindset to just share all my food kind of stuff. I'm not a cook like that, to just have that. I don't have that inspiration to want to be sharing what I'm eating like that, but Michael does. And it's good because it puts into perspective and allows people to really see what this looks like, what the transition really looks like, where it's not, because so many people get into this purity thing, like it's this purity test. Everything it's got to be pure and perfect, and nothing store bought, everything 100% organic.
Yeah.
It's like this thing, and I'm like, man, this sometimes you gotta like grab something out the gutter and just wash it off and eat it. You know what I mean? Like this is not perfect.
It all becomes elimination.
Yeah.
That's where it all goes. So, I mean, yeah, we would like it to be as clean as we could possibly get it. There's nothing wrong with the effort made to find the cleanest and the freshest. Beautiful. If you can do that, more power to you, Jack. Invite me over.
Right.
And matter of fact, you will be able to do that. You'll be able to invite me over now because I'll be eating in 3 minutes.
Right. Yeah, because that's something to announce. Yeah, Brother Air. So that's news. The Brother Air is going to be breaking his 1 year long fast at the Air Day celebration.
Yeah.
1 year. Because I think this
year is, what would it be? 1 year is 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, something like that. And
yeah, like that. Yeah. So we'll see. So I'm taking invitations of dinner invitations. So
yeah, well, you want to have the watermelon trier. The watermelon, like it's like I want somebody with that like that's all they do the whole Air Day. We want one volunteer that's going to
Reese volunteer.
Yeah.
Volunteer. He said he was going to be the taster.
Yeah.
So
the official
that this watermelon was like this was the official slice of watermelon that I will come off on. Like he's gonna make sure that it's right. Like so
yeah.
Okay. Thank you. That's real. That's like real kind of like real
love,
like real upbeat type of things with but it's fun to do it like that.
Yeah.
We're not like that. Well, you gotta taste my food now. But
well, hey, you fasted for a year. You deserve it. You deserve an official taster.
I've tried to do this research for us so that we will know some things, and that you can actually know somebody when people are talking about what you can't do. Somebody that has done.
Yeah. And like we always say, we don't advocate long fasting. We're not telling people to do that or you're supposed to aspire to do what Brother Air is doing. It's just it puts to rest the misconceptions and the barriers and this concepts, the protein theory, the vitamin theories. It puts all that. It's gone. Brother Air destroyed all of them.
Doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Empirical knowledge wins over all that now. We can't even we can't even have that discussion. That's why that discussion with people is just it. It's just hard to have that discussion with people because you kind of feel like when people haven't got to that point, and you're in that. I mean, for me, when I'm in that conversation, I just kind of feel like, why am I even discussing this with them? Well, you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to act like I'm better than them. I'm just saying that it's no discussion about it anymore. It's just not with me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to talk to you about what you think. Because if you're making a case for something that you don't know nothing about, you're just making a case because that's what you've been told.
Right.
Doctor. That's what you done read.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor or nurse.
Or nutritionist.
Yeah, a nutritionist. Yeah. So, it just is kind of like.
Because what should really happen is once you get new information, then it's supposed to elicit questions, and respectful questions, like, oh, wait, okay, so you're saying you have, but instead they're like, nah, you can't do that. You didn't do that. You're lying. There is that kind of energy. It's like, well, maybe you will learn something if you ask some questions and you interrogate a little bit, and there's a way to ask questions that's not adversarial, that is just like, that's interesting. Let me look into that. Let me find a little more out about that. Like, that's not the attitude that a lot of those type of folks have. That attitude they have is, it couldn't have been that. Or like when people, over and over again, people, they go in and they get diagnosed with something, and then they come and they might work with us or whoever out here doing what we do. Then they go back and do another test, and the doctor's like, well, wow, you're healed. Sometimes that just happens. And you're like, well, I changed my diet and I started cleaning myself up. And then every time the doctor's like, oh, it couldn't have been that. No. These things just happen sometimes. It's sometimes, hypothyroidism just goes away. Diet doesn't have anything to do with it. Certainly not. And so that's the constipation. That's the evil, if you want to get into that, the kind of information that causes people to go down the road of having their thyroid burned off or removed, and their gallbladder removed, and all these number of these very medieval procedures that
they say medieval procedure.
Yeah, because time and time again we see, and you don't have to deal with it. Let it go. I mean, there's so many testimonials and case studies, and half the time you ain't even allowed to put that stuff out. That's why we had to be real careful with that when you're talking about like testimonials and that kind of stuff. It's like, because they don't go after the doctors who lose patient after patient. That's just worked into their contract. Like, you're allowed to lose whatever the percentage is. You can lose 15% or whatever. Maybe somebody in the that's in that can tell us what it is these days. But there's definitely a percentage. Like, you're allowed to have a certain percentage of your patients die before they have a hearing or anything. Like, you're not even in trouble yet. You're just, let's see. Too many people dying too quick, as opposed to, like we always say, I mean, that whole system is what you want to, what Brother Eric was talking about earlier, being fearful of something. I mean, if you want to be fearful of something, have a healthy fear of wanting to stay away from that, and doing the best that you can to clean yourself up as much as possible so you can avoid that whole thing where they don't, I mean, they're so backwards and behind the times to not have a juicer and an enema thing in a hospital room. It just doesn't make any sense. But they're not even close. They're not close to that at all. They're still feeding people little, frozen microwave steaks and meatloaf and stuff, and like here you go, heal now.
And what do they call that pill, like for laxative? They give you a pill for a laxative. I forget what you call it, but a softener, a stool softener.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's the stool softeners. That's about the extent. Yeah,
it's not soft. Wait a minute, it's not soft.
Yeah, of course
not. Okay, here's something that'll make it soft. Yeah, and what? Okay, now it makes it soft. Now what? Now I have soft stool. I'm good to go. I have soft stool.
No, I mean it's bad, but
let's do a shout out for our roll call for folks to just chat on the chat. Let us know who's coming to air.
Yeah, but those of you that's coming to Air It Day, give us a shout out.
Who's watching, who's listening. Let us know, just say something encouraging.
Yeah. And Chris is asking if we could do a live stream of the event, and we can't in this case we can't, because the technology is not there to have a real, like, if you want to do a live stream of the entire event, you really have to have onboard internet. The shelter house we're in, they don't have no internet, and that 4G kind of stuff it's not stable enough to really not for something that I'd have somebody pay for, for like 8 hours of an event. So yeah, unfortunately we won't be able to live stream it this year, but that's what we're saying. Come on down. Come on down.
If you can, man. I know the folks in different countries, man.
Oh yeah, he said he's from Canada. Yeah, they're
they're nutty over there, man. In Canada,
yeah.
They almost like holding you hostage, from what we hear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's pretty bad what's going on there. But yeah, it's gonna be good, and it's coming up quick. Yeah, we got.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to hear all the speakers. I'm interested in hearing all the speakers, and Dr. Morris and Chef Babette. And you supposed to do one where you just drop the mic at the end, right? I'm interested to see what you got, for us. And sister, some call her Mama Takora.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We had a little bit about Chef Babette, who's known for being 70 years old and not looking like her peers.
Yeah. And she has the vegan restaurant.
She's got a vegan restaurant, and doing her thing out there in California.
She fine now. She fine. So that might be worth the price of the ticket just to come and hang out.
Hey, because that's what we're saying is because it's not just like the speakers speak and then and you're all like we gonna be there to talk, and so this is
Yeah, we
like Brother Harris says, that the one time a year where we're gonna be there to talk and
hey,
get
we gonna
into
hey,
and hang out. Yeah. And so
hey man, so come and be real curious and all the questions that you this is like a 2 day consultation. Where you just can ask whatever you want and all day, all night we're gonna hang. So
yeah, I mean it's just such an opportunity to just plug in, and these kind of events for me, they just the it keep that it's the kind of event where you get all that motivation, all of that vibe, and it gets into your spirit, and that can sustain you for a year. Just is even if you have to go back to a situation where there's no one around that's into the diet or something like that. But this is the kind of event that can actually get into your spirit and just sustain you until the next one, where you're just like, okay, I got, and then the next one you get your fix, and that kind of thing, and that's real important. That inspiration. To me, that's everything. Being able to understand how that really works for you, and because that's kind of an individual thing. There's a lot of people that make all kinds of money talking about motivation and the motivational speakers and all that kind of stuff. And my thing is, you got to find it for you. But I know that one universal for most people is that plug in, and plugging in with other people that are serious, and plugging in with the elders of the community, plugging in with the youth and the young people and everybody in between. It's like, that's the serious plug in, and it can give you that inspiration to do your enemas every day, to uh, get into your fast if you're supposed to be fasting, or eat mucus-free, or deal with the mucus-free cafe.
yeah,
That's the secret. We just revealed it. Like that's the secret, is the plug-in,
yeah, yeah.
because we're always benefiting from that.
Imagine somebody who is lonely on this path or bored, and they make the plug-in. Now you got people you call up every Wednesday, do a meetup. I mean, you talking to dozens of people, and all through the week, you got folks, Facebooks and everything. You just keeping up with them. Y'all just conversating, and now that boredom, it becomes like some enlightenment. It's like, wow, this is really hip, man. I'm part of this community, and everybody's sharing it. That's the one thing that the practitioners don't have no problem with sharing. You know,
Yeah,
they love, just like me and you love to talk about the mucus line. They love it too,
yeah, yeah,
and they
yeah.
love to talk about their experience.
Right.
They go, Anthony, what is he saying?
Yeah, he's saying peace. I'll be there.
Yeah, yeah. All
As we
right.
look
My
forward to
man.
plugging in.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was at the last one.
Yep.
So
Yep.
he's coming with even more information.
Mm-hmm.
And that now he's doing interviews and you know
Right.
he's like a seasoned practitioner with ideas and thoughts about physiology. So
Right.
there's so many people besides the speakers. There's people that have experience that can share things with you. You just
Right.
learn so much. Like, wow, I didn't know that. So yeah, I want the folks who really don't know who we are, who's in the area, to come on by, you know, come on by and check it out and see what we're talking about. We're not talking about nothing demonstrative or insane. We're just talking about eating fruits and green leafy plants and how to transition to that. Not that you have to leave up out of here and that's what you got to do the next day. No, get your book, and go to work.
Yeah, it's always. I mean, transition.
I suggest you always have a book.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah.
Just always should have the book, because that's how all of us started, is with the book. The book was the first inspiration and the first blueprint, direction of how to get started and what to look out for and what to do. And so, we are the facilitators of the book now. We feel like we're the torch bearers of the practice of the mucusless diet. So we are here to say that getting the book has nothing to do with us. You know what I mean? That's the book, and that's where you start.
Yeah.
That's that. You know what I mean? This information is over 100 years old, and we still keep true to that. We ain't telling people to veer from this. Oh, do this now. You don't have to do that. No. 101 right down the middle. Deal with Arnold Eric. Now, and when you get into some other things, now you want to check out some of the things that we brought to the table. But, you want to be right down the middle, real basic, and do the things that Arnold Eric is talking about, where you can really see this thing, where you can really see a full picture of what's getting ready to take place with your physiology and the reconstruction of your bloodstream.
Yeah, most definitely. Alphine says, I've bought multiple copies of the book to give out to curious folks that I speak to throughout my days, giving out nearly 10 copies by now.
Yeah, you'll catch up with me, Alphine, one day, man. I done gave out 100. I mean, literally, man, I was giving out so many books, it just got ridiculous over the years. I mean, and I was like, okay, I only give books out now to people that I really, 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 really believe who will read it. They don't necessarily have to practice, but they gotta, I gotta believe that they will read it. That's what I want folks to do, is to read it.
Yeah. Brady says, I'll be there.
Brady.
Looking forward to it. Yeah.
What's
look
up?
forward to plugging in with you.
Yeah, man.
And then Stephen Joseph says, I'm going from New Rose, Louisiana. I'll be there. Just decided. Love you guys.
Oh, wow. Beautiful. Then this video was not in vain.
Right.
We did something,
Yeah.
Did something. So, all right. Let's keep it going. So Louisiana, what do you call that? I guess down there. So now y'all got reason to caravan on in,
Yeah.
Yeah,
most definitely. And Brady says he's bringing his best friend, and that's a good, bring some folks, if some open-minded people.
Yeah.
Bring them along.
That's the way it's done, man. You have your buddy there, or your wife, or your, you kind of have somebody hanging with you, and that's always fun.
Yeah. Let's see, steady mobbing. I love how you said it's a practice and to keep trying your best. And I've always liked that approach, or that way of thinking about the mucusless diet. We practice the mucusless diet, practitioners, because it's, you're just doing your best in any given time and just trying to improve yourself, refine. There's always refinement to be done, no matter where you're at.
Believe me, we would probably be embarrassed to tell you about our worst moments.
Oh wow, yeah, yeah. The worst moments
You
of
know?
yeah,
we,
yeah,
we, we, we'd be like, I'd be like, "What's up, man?" You'd be like, "Oh man, I don't even want to talk about it, bro."
yeah,
And
yeah,
we know what done happened, you know.
yeah,
So it's like that for all of us, man. We all go through it, still going through it, you know. This is a long grind, man. You know, the gnashing of the teeth, for real. Because you're trying to do something that turns around thousands of years of 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 your blood, you know, of physiology of your ancestors. You know, this is you're trying to turn that around, man. You're trying to, you know, like we always say, man, you could be the first vegetarian or vegan in your bloodline for 2, 3 thousand years.
right,
That ain't gonna be no overnight deal there. You
right.
know, that's the struggle. What did Cat tell us today? I'm struggling with cheese. Yeah, well, it can be worse. you know, it can be worse. So
Yeah,
it's a struggle, man. It's a struggle to clean yourself up. But when you're talking about this kind of clean yourself up, the payoff is just phenomenal. It's like the whole planet and the whole universe opens up to you. Now you are, you know, when they say one with, this is how you become one with,
hmm,
you know.
yeah.
So we say cleanliness begots what?
Cleanliness.
If you believe, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
That's that's true.
yeah, if you believe. So yeah, that's beautiful, man. Cats to the side and the calm. Come on, man. You know,
Yeah,
because we got to do something, man. After this scamdemic crap, you know, now we gotta like
yeah. Well, I
have
mean,
a
just
strategy of you know of like, wait a minute. I mean, now it's very clear that they have no kind of respect or feeling. I mean, just you are just nothing to them.
yeah,
To those who are trying to control things, you are nothing.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
You know,
that's
you are nothing. So now it's like, you know, if you fought in World War I, World War II, you know, now it's like, now this is a real time to fight. Now to be for a real reason, to fight back, to, you know, to create you. And it's not like we're gonna fight you in the way that you fight. You
right.
dig? We're not even thinking about that.
Well, it's like we say, the most revolutionary thing that you can do is to control what you're putting in your mouth.
There it is. So
And so that's because that changes everything.
changes everything. And you can't talk about your oppressors when you live just like them.
Right.
Just can't say nothing, you know. Just can't say. Remember when we was telling that story about the boycott and the National Guard people was in the line
With
at the pig at the
the
barbecue.
restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah. After the protest,
Yeah.
here they are pointing machine guns and shell
Yeah.
bullets at
Yeah.
people. An hour later, here they are in the same line
Right.
to get barbecue.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Like, damn, boy, this is just
And that's the kind
real
of
sick.
thing, CNN, they come on and they'll try to make a feel good story out of it. They'll be like, and they were at the protest with guns in hand. But an hour later, they all took a break and went to Joe's Barbecue and enjoyed and enjoyed some of that classic Joe's Barbecue together. And
pulled pork for everybody. And the captain actually bought a couple of protesters some meals. It was just beautiful,
it was
man, to see.
beautiful.
So like I could have shot you in an hour ago, bro, but now we're breaking bread.
Yeah, we're companions now. We're bread fellows. I mean, and that's
Ah, I could have blown your head off, man, but you know.
yeah,
And then when they get ready to leave, they
yeah,
look at each other and say, "Okay, see you tomorrow."
yeah, right. See you
We'll
tomorrow.
be on the
Exactly.
protest line, you
Yeah,
know, and
yeah.
get another chance to
It's like, yeah, it's like, hey, man, I got. It's like, could you aim the pepper spray over there? You know, just like,
yeah, like
just
really,
don't hit me in the eye with the wooden
yeah,
bullet.
I really feel bad about the pepper spray, man, but you know, it's like I'll buy you dinner. What about some pulled pork?
Yeah, what about some pulled pork? He's like, oh, well, yes, only if you let me treat you to some Krispy Kreme tomorrow, sir.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's this loving thing going on. This
Yeah. It's
relationship is
always, food.
this relationship is building.
Right.
Yeah, that's how you build relationships. And then you'll see 2 or 3 years later, you'll see a story about a woman and a man who was the woman was a National Guard and the man was a protester, and they end up getting married because they met at the protest. She cuffed him and pepper sprayed him,
Yeah.
you know. So they
I
end up getting married 2 years later, you know.
Oh, there's something that I want to play so bad, but man, they just yanked this whole video stream off if I play it. But I might have to. We might have to make a video reaction to this and just put it on Facebook or put it on our little private areas or something. But there's this. I haven't watched the documentary, but there's this thing on Netflix called "High on the Hog." How African American Cuisine Transformed America. This is just about this trailer just made me so sick to my stomach. And it was just, I don't have to play the sound and you can just see how pathetic this is, and it's always framed. Look at this filth. And they frame it around, it's cultural and
what's it called?
High on the Hog.
High on the Hog.
High on the Hog, how African American cuisine transformed America. This is
at least they telling you exactly what the circumstances is. They high on the hog.
High on the hog. Right. And see, Gabby said, I watched that mess. Yeah, I can't. If I watch it, I would have to watch it and record myself reacting to it and then just put it out on some private. I couldn't put it on YouTube. I had to put it out on some kind of private area where y'all could come and see it. But
let's say a celebration of ignorance.
Yeah, celebration of ignorance. It's like all these, folks is out here getting murdered or raped and, just all this chaos, but, hog balls and, this is our heritage. And it's like, man, some things you gotta you gotta move on and let go of because we gotta create the new thing. Not that. This is and this is what they want for black folks. This is where they want our heads to be at.
Right.
Stay subjugated, stay enslaved. Continue the legacy of the slave diet. Let's elevate that. Get your cornbread going, get your pig, all the different things that we can do with the pig.
Everything that's bad for you,
fish head.
Everything that's bad for you, we want you to keep elevating. We love strokes, we love heart attacks, We want you to keep being at the top of the list of those who are getting treated for strokes, high blood pressure. You're doing a bang up job.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because no talk of that, no connection to the mortality rate of the 50,000 people a day dying of heart disease, 25,000 people a day
Well,
dying of
they
cancer.
wasn't doing the scam then. They were dying
Well,
of they were dying of coronavirus. No heart attacks was reported. I don't think
no, that's
that they
true.
were saying. What
Right.
happened to the heart attacks? What happened to the strokes?
Yeah, that was miraculous.
It was miraculous. What did
Yeah.
they do? They stop eating pork and stuff doing the scam? Did they stop eating pork and uh and all the bad foods? Everybody. But they was eating more and more pus and mucus doing the scam because when we went into produce, the produce department was full of everything.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we were high on the fruit because
Oh
there
man,
was plenty of fruit and vegetables.
plenty of fruit
Yeah,
and plenty of everything
yeah,
for the taking, man. It was like here
yeah.
boom.
Until
And
they, yeah, especially for that first couple weeks, and then
oh man, it was
they just stopped shipping stuff, and
right,
so that's when we got affected, and the fruits got
right.
terrible. There was
Yeah.
still vegetables around, but the fruits got
Yeah,
kind of upset.
shipping, everything closed. All the shipping folks, the truckers kind of felt it, but man, it was rough, man, for the mucus and pus because they were looking for the beans and the pastas and stuff, man. It wasn't nothing over there.
Right.
They was eating spaghettios and stuff that they hadn't eaten in years. They was buying it, man, and whatever they could find. They was ramen noodles. It was you couldn't even
Yeah,
find.
yeah. I mean, it just would go, and I'd never seen that. Well, I'd never seen nothing like that. And what was fascinating to me was that was the vibe. There was so much fear. There was so much. It was like, I mean, it's the closest that we could get to experience what that must have felt like in the 40s or something, when it was like, a blitzkrieg is coming. You don't know when they're coming, and at any moment you could be blown up. Like, that was the kind of vibe. It was so much just fear. It was quiet. I mean, I went to jungle gyms, it was packed, but everybody was just walking around like,
Hold up, I'll be right back. Keep talking.
okay, just walking around like just really out of it. And it's yeah. But that's one of the things I love about this path and the mucusless diet. It's like, there's things I never say that this is just some gonna be easy path and everything. It's like, this takes work, this takes dedication, this takes support, but I'll take that every day over all of that. Just being out of that entire reality, all the fear, all the worrying about, let me am I get my vaccination? And that's the other thing nowadays. All these people, there's all these people getting sick and diagnosed with the thing that will remain nameless, but they got the vaccine, and then they wonder why. Well, I got vaccinated. Why do I have symptoms? Why am I being diagnosed with this? And it's a variant. You weren't vaccinated for the variant. I mean, they just make things up. They're just making things up constantly, and people go
Yeah,
for it.
they're coming out with everything now, man. I mean, it's like they just dropping stuff, man.
Yeah, they just like, because they know it's gonna work. They just
Yeah,
know.
they're so confident now. It's like,
Yeah,
man,
I
we
mean,
can tell
someone's
them,
sitting somewhere laughing. They're just like,
that the Milky Way really exists with milk and cheese and
with
stuff.
milk and yeah, the moon is really made out of cheese.
Yeah, it got real ridiculous. So yeah, that's why we need to be gathering, trying to come up with this new life culture and build it from the ground up. I mean, we
Yeah.
ain't talking about just some, hey, let's stay in touch and no, let's build us a culture.
Yeah.
Let's build something, man. It's like later. You know how they say, turn your back and walk away.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Turn your back and walk away. And
Yep.
don't look back, no matter if you hear the screams or the hollers. Don't look back. Who was that said something? I can't.
Yeah. Warren says, don't forget to thumbs up the stream. Yes. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel,
Yeah.
and get your ticket for the third annual Eric Day celebration.
Yes.
It's
Maybe
gonna be
if we just say that over and over and over again,
over again.
it'd be like some subliminal. Get your ticket for third annual Auto Eric Day. Get your ticket for the third annual Auto Eric Day. Get your ticket for the third annual Auto Eric Day.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just have a channel. It's just saying that all day.
Just video, or start making some of those videos where you actually put the subliminal message audio low enough where you can't really hear it.
Yeah.
And it's up under there.
Yeah, be talking about something, all of a sudden you start thinking about it. And we, might have had you on there as Dockery. Get your ticket for Auto Eric Day, like what am I feeling, So that's the way they do things. We have rational and smart people, so we can't pull nothing like that. We're just saying be clear. We're very clear and transparent about we want together. We want all to come together, and we want to come together with you all and really develop a life culture and start building, man. We real serious about that, man. Like Eric Village, that's the next step.
Yeah.
Is to have a space, So that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna try. That's what we're gonna do.
Yep. New reality with no hogs allowed, or at least not to be eaten.
Yeah, really.
And
yeah, have an animal sanctuary. They come knocking on our door.
Yeah.
Can we come in?
Yeah. They're like, I escaped from the slaughterhouse. Can we come in?
I'm from the zoo. I'm just tired of being looked on like a fool.
Being poked and prodded, and seeing these.
Can I come? Yeah, come on in.
Yeah.
You're like, cool.
Yep.
But yeah, that's But we were talking about that. What were you saying about the village? About who was it that was saying have somebody like fast for like 3 months before they
the team. Yeah. He's like, man, you
like, man,
like you got a
rough right there. I don't know if some of the practitioners would be able to make it. I mean, like, man, I can't get in. I can't get in, man. Like, you gotta keep on. So I was just saying a 3-day hit. Like if you come and you will, just if you won't even visit.
Yeah.
3 days. Come on in.
3-day fast. Come in. But that'll be interesting when we start to brainstorm that those dynamics and put the Constitution in place, the Mucus-free Constitution, And
I guess we'll get the title as a cult.
no, I mean, yeah,
Well, I mean, you know how folks try to look for something. That's the first thing they would look at. But they're eating fruits and vegetables, man. They're just up to just no good.
no good.
Just you gotta fast to get in the doors, and they brainwash you to not eat for 2 or 3 days. Okay. So yeah, it's, like we say, those haters. We actually got a new word for haters, but we're not gonna use it today. We will be using it,
Yeah.
and but
Yeah.
we'll wait until after Eric Day.
Right. See, Carlos says they're telling people here that the vaccine won't stop you from getting or passing on the virus. It will just make the side effects of the virus a lot less. So
A lot less what?
a lot less painful, dangerous, I guess.
Okay.
Go figure. So
That
it's like,
makes a lot of sense.
yeah, that makes a ton of sense because there's people that are getting that aren't handling the vaccine well at all. They get vaccine and then they go home and they're laid up for a couple days going through what they were supposed to be trying to avoid. It's, I mean, that's at a certain point, that's where that's when I stopped even talking about it on YouTube, just the whole thing. Because there was a certain point where it just got like, okay, if you don't got it yet, like if you don't have if you don't understand what's going on with that yet, and you're still, trying to, kind of trying to decide and hedge your bets and all that kind of stuff, that I can't help you, because that was that was over. It was nothing to talk about after a while, because it's like, man, this is so ridiculous. And
well, I mean, that's why I think we try to come on and try to have a little bit of different information, man. It's like you must hear something a little different to kind of jog your memory, because you remember, if you jog somebody's memory, they knew this stuff. We all knew this, but we've gotten amnesia. We lost our memory. So
yeah.
So now we
because you can't talk about health or complain about your symptoms when the inside of your colon looks like this. What a bad colon prep looks like.
Right.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. Thank you.
Yeah, because
I'm glad I don't have no dinner meal to look forward to this week.
Oh yeah. Sorry if you guys are eating right now, those of y'all that are chomping off fruit. But I just wanted to make sure people understand what the slime and how it gets lodged, because people don't really understand that, because they just think, well, I did my enema and it all came out. It's like, no, if it's sticky and stuck to the insides and around, and this is, mind you, after they've done a harsh purgative, to flush all, just in a negative way, to flush
all that resin.
Yeah, the residue. Yeah, there's a little plaque here. Yeah.
Can just be all up in there.
Because think about that. Like, so you see how clear this is over here, because they use very harsh purgatives to just, because they gotta, in order to get the camera in, they gotta try to flush out as much as they can, and yet this slimy, sticky, mucusy stuff is still on here like concrete on the side. That didn't go anywhere.
Yeah. They didn't even recognize it as that.
Yeah. No, they're not talking about it like that. They're just like, oh, this was a tough one. This was a tough case to do this colonoscopy. This was a tough one. And it's like, it was tough because
we got it done.
Constipated. Yeah, but we got it done. We gave them a little bit more of this, of whatever
we now they're healthy. Drink. Now they're healthy.
Yeah, now
they'll live another 20 years.
And that's not even the purpose. Their whole thing is to look at and let's see if there's some diseased areas and cells and stuff.
They can't recognize disease. They don't know what disease looks like.
Well,
they
right. They're it's right here. They're missing it.
They don't know what it looks like. It just they'll look at a little bitty little lymph node that could be like less than an inch. I mean, less than a centimeter of an inch, and they'll say that's the problem.
Right.
Not all this crud over here that they've been passing up for 30 feet of the intestines. They've been going past all this crud. They ain't looking at that as like, wow,
Let's look at this. Here's this colonoscopy prepping for a colonoscopy. Got 1.2 million views. Imagine if our lemon juice and distilled water enema video had 1.2 million views.
This. Well, I mean, that's what the deaf culture assigns value to.
And look at how unsophisticated this is. They got some old like Aldi brand apple juice and seltzer water and Sierra Mist and crystal salt and whatever's in that.
Where's the vinegar? That's the vinegar. I thought that apple juice was vinegar, but I guess
that's apple juice. That's like cheap from concentrate apple juice.
Yeah.
And I guess this is putting together all these ginger jello.
Bro.
White grape juice, ginger ale, jello, broth, bouillon. This is gonna help clean. This is gonna help clean you out before your colonoscopy.
It's like,
man,
it's just like you say, a celebration of ignorance. Just constantly, all we see is a celebration of ignorance. No, and what it really is nobody knows anything.
Right.
That's what they're trying to cover up with all this Harvard and Yale shit. Nobody really knows anything. They build these places to make you think that they really got it together. That they really got a handle on things, but they really don't know anything. Really don't know anything. So
yeah, this is rough.
John Hopkins. That supposed to be the spot. That all the sophistication of Western medicine supposed to be there. I'm like, wow, this is can't even cure common cold, and you're talking about what you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's a sad situation.
Sad, pathetic. Pathetic that the majority of the people believe the liars, the murderers.
Right.
The liars and the murderers and the most ignorant people on the face of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Sad, man.
Yep.
sad and hurtful, because I've seen some of my family members get sucked in, still being sucked in.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's hurtful, you know.
Yeah. Steve and Joseph just said, just register, guys. Beautiful.
Beautiful. Thank you. See
Yeah.
you. See you on the 31st.
Yep. 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 A journey through the colon to remove polyps.
You really get excited about that journey through the colon stuff. I noticed about you, man. You really get excited about that stuff, man. You're like, "Hey, man, let's go. I love it. Oh, this is just great. You know, I was like, okay,
It is great.
yeah. I think it's just fantastic. You know,
What
it's
is she?
fantastic. Yeah.
Because it's just fascinating how, like, knowing what we know, it's fascinating how far off they are, how backward and far way over there. And they'll do these really extreme, this is extreme practices that they're doing that they consider to be routine procedures. But when we talk about lemon juice and distilled water enemas, then all of a sudden, oh, whoa, that's extreme. It's like, no, it's more extreme than trying to being really aggressive with really nasty things to get you clear enough to put a camera up in you. Like, that's not extreme. Okay. All right.
Say $20. $20 and get you this surgery. $20. Now, how much was that colostomy or whatever it is, that colonoscopy?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, this whole process. Now I'm looking at this video of what she's putting together is lemon squash, but it's just like they're putting together concoctions of different drinks. Then they got movie prep. So this is the stuff that I always think about, like this really harsh, just you do not want those kind of just real harsh laxative kind of stuff. And I guess you put this and combine this with stuff and drink it down, and then be sick for however long. She's up here crying about it.
Wait a minute. I gotta hold up. Stop the camera.
Yeah.
Uh,
And so I mean, it's
it's a hell of a path to walk.
yeah. When it doesn't have to be this extreme and this nutty, but yeah, it's
Wow. But yeah, keep up your enthusiasm about that, man, because it'll get you far.
yeah.
It'll get you far.
Because it's the one thing that it's the most self-evident of when you start seeing this stuff coming out, this stuff that they say is not real, and then it's like, that's it. Once you see it coming out of you, it's like, oh, this is what they were talking about. It's like, and it's right there, and I just love seeing that when people get that out of them for the first time and they tell me about it like it's news. Like,
Yeah,
I never believe what just came out of me. Look at this. I'm like, I know.
I mean, people are so excited about that, man. I get ton of that, and they're just like, like they heard watched the videos for years, and then they finally will try it or whatever, and they're just surprised that like you think we were lying? Like, I mean, this is what we've been telling you. Like, this is, they just, man, I just can't believe, now they're just, I mean, Carlos, he had a hard time doing the enemas at all. And, and then uh, he said, just, I think it was on the meetup. We just was always talking about the enemas. And he just said, I just heard, just always just, so he finally, now he does them every day. For
Yeah,
last
yeah,
almost 2-3 months, I guess, so
yeah,
he was like, that's the game changer, man. He just didn't know. He thought it was something else, and man, his whole life changed with the enemas, as far as like, oh, okay, this is what you're talking about. This is how it happens,
yeah,
and with those rituals, and the kind of things that you want to achieve physiologically. Uh, so it happens all the time, man. It happens, you know, to the point where it happens so much. We're me and you are used to it. Like just people
yeah,
telling us that I mean, it's just nothing new,
right.
uh, but we still get as excited as listening to the first time when somebody gets it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I
Still
mean,
get
yeah,
excited like that too because we know what they're going through.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. We
yeah,
know.
man.
Yep, yeah.
It's like,
That's why I mean, probably of all the Facebook groups, you never know what you're gonna see. You go on the feed and then here's like, oh wow, a 10, 12-inch
oh
long parasite picture.
man, but they would send
People
me
be
all
complaining
kinds
like, please put that in. Can you please put that in? Like, hey, this mucus diet group. That's not really we kind of just this is how we roll.
of
But I was eating. I watched eat and
really, really. You come to a booth if we set up a kiosk, all you gonna see is mucoid plaque.
yeah, that was
That's
yeah
gonna be like, oh, what
the classic kiosk poster presentation just was
the
black the
hell?
whole thing.
The whole background just mucoid plaque. Like,
Maybe a picture of some
match
mucus.
it up. You you
Yeah,
you you match your mucoid plaque up to what we have up there.
yeah.
Match
It's
yours
me, right?
up. Yeah, it's interesting. So yeah, man, that's cool.
Yeah. A lot of
Alfine, I don't know if she's coming or not. I think she said she was gonna try, but
mm,
I don't know if she's coming or not. But she's one that's really stepping up and really has that kind of I kind of feel like she's an educator, and has that real kind of thing to really be able to educate people. And she's got her mother involved with her. And the mother is really getting into it and things like that. So there's some people who practicing who are gonna be those real educators
hmm
inside of the practice. They're gonna be the ones that are gonna are gonna really do some work, man, with the practice and innovate on it.
right.
They're gonna bring things to the table. I can see Alfie, man, and Reese, and them bringing things to the table that are gonna work, and her Anthony. I always looked at Anthony as being a little quiet, but now he's kind of came out of that little quiet type of, he's got confidence. I think that goes with just knowing something,
Mhm.
I think he's just got that confidence
Yeah.
of he's not one of those real boisterous guys who's gonna be like out there, but he has a lot of knowledge and real methodical about how he thinks about things. I like the way he thinks. Q is a star. I mean, he's already a star. He's he's kind of like there, ready to take the throne. As far as the online man, he's the cat. He's ready. He's one of those guys that just that love and analyzing things. He's kind of one of them guys like you. Remember how Victor and might be asking questions, be making my head hurt. That's the way Q be, man. He be asking me things. I be like, what? He be like, yeah, that's you know. He could describe things really well. I like how Q describes things. He just really
Breaks
describes
things
things.
down. Yeah.
Break things down to where you know exactly what he's talking about.
Carlos said maybe you have to bring a specimen in a jar before you can get in the arid village.
Oh
You
man,
have to inspect your mucoid plaque.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
you have
That might work. That
yeah.
we'll have the inspector. I guess that'd be your job since
The
you like
inspector
it so
general.
much.
Well,
Since
no, I mean, there's other people's now.
Hey, put your gloves on. Put your
I
gloves
like I like the pictures and the analysis of it. We can other people do the clinic because I'm not really the clinical in the clinic guy. Really, that's
with the
that was you. That was you were the one. You was like I will work with the people in the clinic setting.
yeah
And but
with the microscopes and
yeah, getting out the
researching.
microscopes and
Like,
the
okay, let's look at this. Yeah. So, uh, but yeah, that would be interesting. That would be interesting to give a discount for mucoid plaque at the door.
yeah.
10% discount at the
10%
door.
discount. Bring your mucoid plaque to show
Bring
off.
your mucoid plaque.
Yeah.
Wow, that's heavy. That's different.
Right.
Like, that's different. Have the cord there at the door. She love it. She'll be and hollering and celebrating and like so happy that people are cleansing. She really gets excited with people cleansing, man. And when they doing it, but she really gets excited that people are doing it. She's the real encourager, you know.
Right.
Yeah. So I can imagine what she's gonna. What was her lecture about? You said mother. Was it mother? What did you say? What was it?
Cora,
Yeah, it was something about girls to women or something.
separating the girls from their mucus-free mother. Mucus-free womanhood. I had to see what the actual
Yeah,
title was
yeah.
was catchy.
Right. You had it down. I mean, you know, put it down. So I mean, but
Yeah.
basically, girls to adults. Like the
Yeah.
difference between.
Separating the women from the girls, mucus-free womanhood.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. She's always on me about that. When I was talking about certain individuals, she always correct me. Oh no, 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 those aren't women. Be like, oh no, no, those are not women that you're talking about. Those are little girls. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. So women, man, listen to that. Now you got somebody who's coming like that. women, and even if they got daughters, they need to hear the core. Young, 15, 16-year-olds need to be there to hear those kind of talks, man. Start now.
Yeah.
It starts now. We gotta do some real change stuff, man. We need the people who know what they're talking about. See, and
Yeah. Yeah. That's
but
that's,
you
that's it.
gotta do it. You can get on your knees and pray too. You can do that.
Yeah. A lot of work to do. That's at the end of the day. A lot of work to do. But as I said, it's nice to have support while you do that work. And that's what Earth Day celebration is all about.
Yeah.
'Cause like we said, a lot of the folks that met each other for the first time last year, they talk every day. They kind
Right,
of
right. That's what I'm
accountability
saying.
buddies and
That's
uh,
what I'm saying. They
like,
made friends for life now. Brother Aswa, he's bringing a friend.
yeah.
Uh, Another cat, you got to meet him. Everybody just has to meet Aswa. I mean, he's
Mhm.
a real kind of different individual, gracious and beautiful, beautiful brother, but just has a different way of analyzing, man. That's the beauty of meeting all
Yeah.
these cats. They have ways of thinking, man. Like, oh, okay, I never thought about it like that. And
Right.
yeah, so all those cats.
Yeah, Carlos says if you live in or near the USA and you are not going to Air It Day, you are crazy.
Oh wow, thank you, man. Hopefully we can get you here, man. And once that Australia thing, Australia, California.
Yeah, it's like there's certain
Yeah,
places that are just worse than other places, and
yeah.
it was like, yeah, California,
Canada.
New York City
Is
was,
New York still? I mean, what's New York going through? I mean, are they still going through something? Or
yeah, they're
well,
not.
I mean, I knew that people had left. People had left, but I'm just talking about like the restrictions. Are they still as tough as like in California?
I mean,
Or
I,
the
I would have to imagine they are, but I don't know. Maybe somebody could let us know in the chat if you're out
okay,
there.
yeah, that's
Because, well, and I mean, I talked to Vadim, and he's saying, yeah, I mean, it's still
oh
still quite a bit of
yeah,
buffoonery going on. I mean, the main thing that changed is because they assume that everybody got the vaccines. Now we don't have to wear the face diaper, and so people, you can go into a building and no one's giving you that dirty look like you need to have a face diaper on. But that was the main, that was kind of, it seems like that's been the main shift. But it's coming back. I mean, and then I'll have to cut this little clip out of here and put it and say that I predicted in the fall, and it's not any real, there's nothing brilliant about it. It's, you just look, they're going to be trying to shut everything back down by the fall, because it'll be the new variant. There'll be COVID 26.3. There'll be this and that, and they're going to keep it going. Delta variant, with Sigma 5 variant. I mean, they're gonna keep it going.
now what does the variant mean?
Man, they just making up all kinds of stuff, man. They
I'm
just,
like, man, it's just killing me, man. These words that they come up with and these
yeah,
sayings. I'm
yeah,
like, I'm like, what is this now that they're talking about? It's like they just, keep trying to throw things in there that just confuse and make people think that they have a perfectly good reason for what they're talking about. I mean, it's just all flim flam. It's nothing more. It's nothing more than looking at the old western and seeing the medicine man come into town and
Mm-hmm.
sell his stuff. That's
Yeah.
the same thing. Nothing no different. Just
Yeah.
they have it done real sophisticated, but it's the same thing. Same thing. Just conning you and
Like
you know.
here's this the Washington Post where they said what you need to know about the highly contagious Delta variant. And so they literally at some point in here they say, well, there hasn't been a whole lot of research on it yet, but but it's scary.
Well, why report on it if you don't know nothing about it?
Yeah, it's like it's real scary though.
Yeah, it's
Get
terrifying.
get ready. Where is that?
Wait a minute, Hollywood got to make a movie on it, and then we can talk about it more. Delta variant
Yeah,
coming to
here's
your
what I was looking for.
screens.
Yeah, there do symptoms from Delta infections differ from infections from other variants of the coronavirus? There is
Oh,
little research on this, but some people have reported symptoms such as a headache, sore throat, and runny nose without the hallmark COVID-19 signs, such as a loss of taste and smell.
okay. So we got the similar things going on. So
Will booster shots be needed? Well, that's an open question. Federal health officials are not recommending them at this time, but at least one of the vaccine makers said it plans to seek approval for a booster shot. They're going to make it. Why
yeah,
not? It'll
yeah.
be there, and by the time you're acting like
All,
they,
all these all these suckers that took the other shot, we might as well keep it rolling.
hey, we got pus to eat. Come
Vaccine
on, we got
palooza.
we got to make some
Va-
money.
Vaccine palooza. That's
Yeah.
what we're gonna have. Come and get a bag of popcorn and get your shot free.
Oh yeah, yeah. Get the bag of pie. You can. I mean, you can just live off of all of your vaccine benefits. Go get a coffee and a donut
Yeah.
at Krispy Kreme. You can get I think some place was giving you fries and a burger.
Oh, Popeyes is giving you that delicious.
Hmm.
Everybody wants their chicken sandwich. They're
Hmm.
giving you that, and
Yeah.
that's like real luxury. Like you should be really thankful and privileged that they are giving you this chicken sandwich that everybody was in line a year ago to get this sandwich. So yeah, man. I mean, it's
Man, this stuff is so foolish.
there's a lot of benefits, man, to taking this poison.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
benefits to
Like I said,
taking
it can
poison.
really a high degree of protection. Although, as Carlo was pointing out, they say, well, I mean, it don't protect you from getting it or spreading it. It just maybe will help keep the symptoms not as bad. And
Oh, okay. You
oh,
you
oh,
you
okay.
you're only your nose only run out of one nostril.
Your nose will only run out of one nostril. Yeah.
It's
You're like, while the CDC no longer recommends masking for those who are fully vaccinated, uh, wear a mask anyway. Because,
well, it looks good.
oh yeah,
We done made all
and
these masks
those
as fashion
those
statements.
living in areas where vaccine rates are low and Delta cases are high may want to continue covering their faces, particularly in high risk settings such as indoor gatherings. Areas with large crowds or places such as senior living facilities where the consequences of transmission could be grave.
Well, I mean, we
You
see
know,
here here is the mass brainwashing or brain dirtying that they constantly start, and this is going somewhere, and they're prepping you. They're prepping you again to get ready for some
the
crazier
next
stuff,
thing, yeah,
the
yeah.
next thing. So, um, come on, people, come on, man. I thought we had a little bit more intelligence and
Nope,
fight in us, but
nope,
boy, we just
nope.
uh,
Bend over. They used it when they was checking, doing. I mean, when they started doing the anal checks for the COVID, I was just like, man, now they off into the next level now. You know, they're just like, we own you. Bend
yeah,
over.
yeah, yeah,
Cavity search.
yeah, yeah.
You know, like, oh man,
And people are just so giving to it.
it's just
Oh,
so
it's
giving
just
a bend over. It's because it's for my health. Then they're, oh, those lemon enema guys, that's terrible. Oh, doctor, a little bit to the left. That's the spot. I hope I don't have COVID. Thank you, doc. I mean,
how
you know,
deep they gotta go.
yeah, how deep you gotta go, and so it's
So,
bizarro world out
yeah,
here.
yep, it's bad.
So
It's not getting any better. It's getting better because we have every
well,
day happening,
yeah,
and we have people who are wanting to change and wanting to develop their own culture. And so it's getting better, but it's not massive. And don't believe that this will ever be massive.
right,
This is for those who this is for.
right,
This isn't for everybody because everybody just isn't ready. And we say some folks gotta die. I just don't know why,
yeah,
but we know why. And you leave them to that. And that's what I was referring to, turning your back and walking away. And you can't even respond to the screams and the hollers.
yeah,
If you're really serious about building a new life culture, you're just gonna have to turn your back and walk away.
yep.
I mean, it's the only way it's done. So, uh, and when I make that reference, I'm really talking about family.
Yeah, family, but people also need that message for society in the societal niceties, things that
Yeah.
that
But you
you
know
get
why I
you
say
get
family
accustomed
is because
to.
that's the hardest people to walk away from.
Yeah,
When you hear the screams and the hollers, that's the metaphor for that. But I know it's hard. I know we love our families, and but you know, those are some of the things you got to think about when you're trying to build something. You're trying to walk away, man. Those are the things you got to think about. Do you have that kind of heart? Do you have that kind of, and I'm not saying it like the heart of somebody who has the feelings for and emotions of other to feel for others. I'm talking about to just stay focused on what you're trying to do and accomplish what you're trying to do and take it over the goal line.
yeah,
Do you have that kind of heart? Nothing personal, nothing towards your family, but you gotta deal with your survival.
yeah,
And as much as I love my family, I want to live. and I'm not going to slow up the living process where you can catch up, or you know what I mean, or wait on you, you know,
Right.
and if I get the plug in, I got to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry you don't see it or can't relate to it. Uh, maybe we'll see each other somewhere, you know, but this is the, you know, what do you say, leave home, you know, you grow up and then you leave home,
Yeah.
which that shouldn't have never been inside of of a life culture. That whole concept is strange, you know. Turn 18, get out. You know, you throw a little child out that don't know nothing, like get out.
Yeah, get out. Here's yeah, get out. Uh, you know, now you owe $20,000 to go over here
Yeah,
and
get out.
get out. But
Here's a can of sardines and some soda crackers. That should last you for a minute.
yeah, yeah, that's you know the rites of passage in a pus and mucus world. You know,
Man,
ritual.
whatever happened to love, man? You know, the real show me, not tell me.
Well, I mean, you love, you can't feel that when you are constipated and no,
Oh,
it's no, we can't talk
that's a
about that.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a yeah, when you are really bounded up and full of bowel. Um,
There's people that love, love that those crawdads and pulled pork. They love that.
yeah, yeah,
But they to really experience a real non-stimulant, unobstructed type of pure vibration, we can't even talk about that. Like what?
that's
Can't talk about that.
that's very seldom achieved.
Yeah,
You know,
that's like, I mean, that's part of what we'd have to put that in the movie. Like
yeah,
that has to be that kind of stuff has to be explained through allegory and visualization, and you almost have to do you can't just talk about it.
right, right,
It has to be some kind of art has to be involved in that to really give justice to the concepts.
yeah,
But
yeah,
but
yeah, that's deep. Yeah.
but that's but all this and more at Air Day celebration.
It's like
talk with brother
we
talk
get
with brother Air about immortality
yeah,
and,
yeah, we get cliche now, you know,
yeah.
like come on, man,
Yeah,
gotta
talking
talk
about
about it,
you
you know.
know the the in the history of the protein theory and
Yeah,
Vera. So
yeah. So
well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And one last time, I'm gonna post a link. Get your ticket for Air Day celebration. Don't wait. If you're on the fence, if you're thinking about
yeah,
it,
man, don't be on
get
no
the
fence.
ticket. Get
Get
the
the
ticket.
tickets, man,
Get
and
the
come on,
plane.
let's hang,
Get
man.
the plane rides. Get your Uber together or
Ride
whatever.
the bike, whatever, man. Get there. Walk.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, you need a little exercise.
Hey,
You know,
yeah.
and come and check out Michael Fat Hour's menu. It's he's had a couple of years to really work on some stuff, so he's probably got some good stuff going on. And,
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be good. So looking forward to it. Looking forward to plugging in with everybody. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Get some great vibes going, and it's gonna be good. So I look forward to
yeah,
that.
we got music.
Live music,
Yeah, we got live music and
our music project.
got food prep going on and got a panel discussion.
Mm-hmm.
And I see that Dr. Morris will be taking question and answers.
Yeah, we're gonna
So
figure that out and hook that up. So gonna be good. So I want to thank everybody one last time for tuning in to our program this evening. And
it's all about trying to get people to come out to the air.
yeah,
That's
just
what
come
this
on
is
out.
about. Come on out, man, and come on. Come on, stop. Don't even think of it. Just come on, man.
Yeah.
Get, come and hang. Get this knowledge, man, and get the change going.
Yeah. That's it. It's all right, everybody. Plug in, go down below, click the links, get the tickets, plug in.
Thanks for
And
all the people who was watching this evening too, man. We really appreciate y'all
yeah.
consistency because we know you out there. We can feel all of y'all.
Yep. And Steven says, got some single gals. I need a wife for you. Come on, bring your game, brother. You know, you never know. Yeah, there's gonna be.
It'd be some single gals, some single women, like the chorus say.
Yeah, there'll
They're
be some
women.
women. Yeah.
It'd be some single women, boy. These some hard sisters to impress, though. Now,
Yeah.
you know, these ain't no regular chicks. It's just gonna be some. They're gonna be like putting you through it.
Yeah. Did you do your edible today?
Yeah, man. This is the spot for that. But yeah, boy, get ready to go for the let me say whatever it is like a hard test.
Yeah.
They're gonna take you through it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be fun, man. Well,
Yeah. So, all right, everybody. Well, until next time, peace, love, and breath.